Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I'm trying to do daily uploads right now, but some days are harder than others. Today was one of those days, just a ton going on, so I apologize that I'm a little bit later in the day, but hey, it's kind of like it used to be, I guess, in a way. So, today is January 1st, 2026, which means we are 1 year and 1 day into Trump's Fourth Reich, I guess you could say, if you want to call that his presidency. I don't know. I don't know what I call it besides that. And so I kind of wanted to touch up on where we are, because I also watched the speech that Trump put on for Davos, which was honestly, I gotta be honest, I'm usually pretty good at composing myself and getting through something and studying something for what it is without applying my emotions to it. But this is honestly, I just fell asleep. The Trump speech was just so. I mean, he started off kind of like reading the teleprompter, and like he gave Biden all this shit for. Of course, just as Republicans do, they come on my channel to do the same thing. The moment they blame, Biden or a Democrat of any kind for anything, they turn around and do the same goddamn thing, which is exactly what Trump did. He was looking over here the entire time, reading teleprompter, word for word, sometimes even misreading a word, and then from going on from there, then probably didn't take him about 5 minutes, and then he just went off on his own tangent. Just forgot the teleprompter was even there. Went on a tangent and essentially stopped making sense from there. Literally, just you couldn't even follow what he was saying. It was nuts. He was off his rocker. And I find this important because I think the man's in mental decline, and I'm going to point that out. I'm going to laugh at it. I'm going to laugh at the fact that this guy is in mental decline because I had to sit there and listen to these idiots talk about sleepy Joe Biden for 4 years. So I'm going to point out that your guy, Dementia Donald, is in mental decline, and you all are just simply ignoring that fact because it's nice for you to ignore that fact. It makes you Trump supporters feel nice about yourself. But getting back to the original topic of this video, because I get to ramble because I have less than 2,000 subscribers, right? Anyways, getting back to the topic of this video, I wanted to kind of remind everybody where we are right now. It has been, again, a year and a day, and what did Trump campaign on? Well, he campaigned on grocery prices going down on day one. He campaigned on the Ukraine war going down on day one. He complained that the Ukraine war will be solved on day one. I guess, it's going down for sure. I guess that's a thing, right? He campaigned on no new wars, and just that the economy was going to be amazing and great, and everything was going to be frickin' roses and unicorns and fucking sunshine over here in the United States. Well, I think he literally, I'm just going to come out and say it, he lied on every single one of those fronts. And he continues to do so. He is continuing the lies. Oh, we have the greatest economy. Inflation's down, Of course, now he's just straight up lying and saying inflation's down. He was before saying, the whole affordability shit's a hoax. And now he's stopped saying that and saying everything's great. He's trying to gaslight us now. But yeah, I just wanted to remind everybody that I just got back from the grocery store. Grocery prices are 100% still pretty freaking high. I mean, good luck. I mean, if anything, inflation has continued to grow, and not to mention, if you can get a job right now in this country, wages aren't as good as they used to be. Before Trump took office, I was set, honestly, to be making $100,000 a year. Probably before I was 30 years old, and now I doubt, unless this channel takes off completely, just going to be honest, I don't see that happening. I'm actually probably making less than I was before, and that will probably continue for a little while, because my career has shat the bed, and not just because of AI, but because of, honestly, the economy. These Republicans have they've allowed companies to take control, take the reins of the market, and therefore without regulation. So of course, if AI is cheaper, even if it doesn't do as good of a job, but in some cases, of course, it does as good or better, of course these corporations are going to use AI. they're not gonna apply any regulations to it. And so they're not going to hire people because people it's the nice thing to do. No, that's not going to happen, and that will continue. So there we are. So we basically have a job market that, by the way, Trump is trying to cover that up too. Job market that sucks. Economy that sucks. If you're lucky enough to have a job or you're making money, it doesn't matter. It's pretty tough out there. So yeah, that's the state of the union right now, and that's unfortunately what I got for you. Not to mention no new wars. Let's look at that front. Okay, we went from only having to really look at the Ukraine war and how we responded to that, plus Gaza. Now trying to mitigate that stuff, even though we really didn't have much control over it. We've gone from that to we are trying to take Greenland by force. Now, I know what you're going to tell me. Oh, well, Ben, he said in his speech today that he's not going to take Greenland by force. He said that about the White House as well. Trump has said a lot of things. Oh, no, we're not going to do that. I'm not going to touch... That's my favorite building over there, the East Wing. I would never do anything to damage that. And he tears the entire thing down. I think at this point, if you're going to trust anything that Trump says, especially when he says he's not going to do something that's horrifying, that's the next on his list. So Greenland is still on my radar. It should still be on everybody's radar. And I don't, honestly, he said maybe in the course of 2.5 seconds, we don't have to take it by force. But then he kept saying how imperative it is for the U.S. to have Greenland, and basically indirectly threatening countries, basically saying, he literally said, look what we did in Venezuela, we can do that to any of you. He basically said that out. He said that up flat out. So, yeah, that's where we're at. I will also mention another part of his cool little speech there. Donald Trump himself called the Republicans the radical Republicans. And if you don't believe me, please, I'm not even about to play a clip and editing it in. Just go back and watch his, it was actually during the questionnaire section when he was answering questions. He said Democrats and radical Republicans. Actually saying less about the Democrats and more about how Republicans are radical. So, I think you Trump supporters that come on my channel, which, hello, by the way, you're welcome here. You need to go back and watch what your boy is saying about you. He doesn't, of course he says he shitbags the Democrats too, but, I mean, I just found that one, he kind of slipped there. It seemed like, for me for a second, he literally called the Republicans radical. I thought that was interesting. So, yeah. Quick one tonight, guys. I just wanted to kind of say, we're a day into this presidency, and based on his speech today and based on what Trump has done this last year, I wouldn't go trusting that things are going to get better. Unfortunately, we got to keep our eye on the prize here. That's just, every day I'm going to be saying that. It's imperative we do. I also realize a lot of you say in my comment section that, Congress is not doing anything. Of course, not going to do anything. Congress doesn't care. You're right. Congress does not care, but they're not going to care unless you all keep basically lighting a fire under their ass. Midterms will happen. We're going to have the ability to vote in the midterms. I'm sorry, Trump cannot cancel elections. He does not have that authority. He'll try to make it hard to vote. I'm sure there are things he'll try to do, but I don't care how hard it is. I don't care if someone points a gun to my head. I'm going to go into those polls and I'm going to go and vote. You can put a gun to my head. I don't give a shit. I'm going to go and vote. So, I'm just letting you know that's what I'm going to do. If you're not ballsy enough to do that, that's fucked. Honestly, that's fucked. You should be ballsy enough to do that. I hate to say it, and this is the kind of world we're in. You all elected Donald Trump, so now it's time to clean up your fucking mess. So yeah. I guess that's what I have to say for tonight. Kind of all over the place video, but we're here a year in. We got to keep our eye on the prize. Keep calling representatives, telling them we want shit to change. Because, yeah, they're not going to do anything until they're more scared of the American people than they are of Donald Trump. Once they know the American people do not care about Donald Trump and want this shit out and they're done with him, Congress will wake up overnight. I guarantee it. But, again, Democrats are actually more nervous that if they do something now, that the political hit they're going to take is going to be worse than actually doing something about it. That's what Democrats think. So yeah, they're not gonna do anything until you've basically told them otherwise. It's up to us to do that. It is. It truly. They're looking at the American people, and they're looking at you guys, literally saying in the comment sections that you don't care. I'm not even kidding when I say that. So if they do, they pay attention to this stuff. That's how they keep up. They're not as dumb as you think they are. Anyways, guys, that's the video. I don't have much else to say. Hopefully, I'll have a little more normal scheduled thing for you tomorrow. There's a giant frozen shitball coming for the Midwest, so I'll probably do some more videos over the course of the next few days here. But yeah, thanks for sticking with it, guys. The channel is growing. I appreciate that. At 2,000 subscribers, by the way, I do plan on turning on memberships, and I will make some members-only videos for that. It's not going to be very expensive, so if you are interested in supporting the channel further, let's hit 2K, and then I'll turn on memberships at that point, and we'll go from there. Thanks, guys. Have a good day. Have a good night. I'll see you in the next one.